think that entrepreneurship is all about the business.
That's not true. Absolutely not true. Once you know yourself, who you are, what do you want, what you already know within yourself, you will definitely be successful. That I guarantee you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Personal Development for Entrepreneurs. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about sleep. The topic is restful nights, productive days, how sleep drives success. With me to discuss this interesting topic is my good friend and mentor, Dr. Venga. Good evening, Dr. Venga.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, Kram.
So, when we think about productivity, when we think about success, I think sleep is the last thing that comes to mind. But it plays an important role, doesn't it?
Ikram, if there is one thing, only one thing that is important in a human's life, it is also very important in nature. Whether it is a plant, a grass, an animal, whatever, a bird, whatever that exists in this universe, no? Or in this earth, let this earth, no? The one thing it must have is a good night sleep. The rest is all simple. Even food is not that important, but it's important, but not that important. Sleep. You know what? Amazing, Ikram, that why don't people recognize that? Is it because of greed? Is it because they want more? Is it because they don't understand themselves? A tree knows how to sleep. An animal knows how to sleep. A worm knows how to sleep. An elephant knows how to sleep. Why the silly human has got so much of problem, no?
Yeah, I think could it be partially because most human beings don't know how important sleep is, and and then the other half of the problem is that um, uh, everyone is, in the rat race of urban life, which is
Yeah.
uh, constantly thinking of what to do next, constantly thinking of what needs to happen. So there's no like rest. No one is just sitting down to calm themselves down.
That's very true. But Ikram, also surprises me, Ikram, huh? When we were born, our mother, okay, I never had well, my mother died and I was brought up by people, my grandmother, and then I brought myself up and all that. Lama. But every human that has got a mother always is encouraged by the mother, babies must sleep. Babies must have enough sleep. Only if they sleep, they can grow, they can develop. Isn't that true, Vikram? As a
Yes,
baby, as a small little baby.
that's
And then
true.
you go on doing it until 4 to 5 years. Okay? By the time you crawl, you're already moving. When you start to crawl with your forehand or your body, whatever, that means you are looking for things, searching for things. Exercise, you're already doing that. And you become 4 years old, you're running around, exercise. You sleep, you run around, eat, sleep, eat, sleep, eat, sleep. And you're running around, exercise. It's a natural thing. And then you become 6 years or 7 years, then you're sent to school. And then when you are sent to school, suddenly you're going to sit in the classroom. Nowadays, they've got a play school. But even in
Right,
the play school, they're treating it like junior Cambridge or something like that, no? This, do that. Instead of letting a child grow, they're structuring a program. Now you must eat. Now you must sleep.
right,
But we never grew. I never grew up like that.
right.
But the importance of sleep and exercise is something that is already uh, taught to us as we are babies. And yet, when we are babies, we become adult. And even as adult, we don't, well, I think as an adult, say when I say adult, say about 18 years old, I don't think you even get the amount of hours of sleep that you need, which is basically daily, about roughly 7 to 9 hours of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
This is the why is it like that? Although we knew this as a child coming up, we tend to forget it. Now let me just bring back you to a mechanical thing, like a car as an example. Can you keep on just using petrol to put into the car and keep running the car without servicing the car, without changing the engine oil, the gear oil, the tire, the all that? Cannot.
Nope, you can't.
You can't, isn't it? Now, like that, a human also on a daily basis has to sleep. And you know what, Ikram? We have to organize that sleeping part of us. I mean, you must, there are four bodies in the Indian tradition, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The classical yoga, they're called four bodies. They're not like the English, no? Mind and body, They call it four bodies, which controls everything. Number
Right,
one.
right.
Number one is mind body. You have a mind and you have a mind body. Number
Mm-hmm.
two is your physical body.
Mm-hmm.
Number three is your emotional body. And finally, energy body, four bodies. There are
Mm-hmm.
four bodies. Every human has the four body. Animals also have the same body. You understand? I think to some extent we don't know, but it is possible. You talk to a scientist in forest research, they'll tell you plants have the same thing too.
Correct.
And I work with a lot of scientists in the uh, forest reserve. I have worked with them, and I know plants have that too. Okay, now, so this four body, the mind body, the physical body, the emotional body, and then the energy body. All this must come balance, come to balance.
Mm-hmm.
And to do that, you need every day without fail between 7 to 9 hours of sleep, depending on your condition. And you know what, Ikram? Very important. Your immune system is only 100% when you get enough sleep. Your mental state, your emotional state, there's a whole lot of things. Let me just walk through that very quickly with you. Number one,
Yep.
you want a sharp brain. Your mind must be sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It must be well rested.
Right.
Okay. Why do you need to rest well? Because only when you sleep can the repair take place, like in a workshop. Can you repair a running car? Ikram.
You can't.
But a surgery is done when the body is alive, right? You don't feel the pain because they numb your nerve.
Correct.
Okay. You see how dangerous the doctors are? The engine is running, they're cutting and doing something, right?
Correct.
So for you to recover after a surgery, it takes about a month, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So you need to sleep. So the first thing is you must have a well rested brain. When you have a well rested brain, you have a sharper thinking ability. That's the
Mm-hmm.
first important thing.
Right.
Number two, a good sleep restores 100% of your energy. The four bodies I talk about,
Mm-hmm.
the mind body, the physical body, emotional body, and the energy, but all these four bodies, okay, are well balanced because of a good sleep.
Right.
If you do not sleep very well, you will be either stressed or anxious. When you are anxious, you are stressed, that means you didn't have enough sleep. That's the third thing. You must recognize that. Awareness. I didn't sleep well, and therefore I'm irritable, I am stressed, I am anxious.
Mm-hmm.
The fourth thing, if you sleep well, you're very most likely what you do is you can prioritize tasks effectively. You will avoid procrastination.
Right.
You will make rational decision.
Right.
Okay, that's the number. So a better sleep can give you this fourth thing. Fifth, if you do not sleep regularly,
Mm-hmm.
regular for a week,
Mm-hmm.
you are heading towards few things. One of the first thing is your heart disease, diabetic, and depression. All three comes together. If you do not sleep. Well, the five things I mentioned to you. Well rested brain gives you sharper brain. A good sleep restores energy. Sleep deprived people are more irritable, anxious, and stressed. Okay? Better sleep. Okay? You know how to prioritize your task, avoid procrastination, and make rational decision. And
Mm-hmm.
finally, if you don't sleep very well, you are heading towards definitely health condition, which is heart disease, diabetic, and depression. Is that common?
Yes. Actually, for me, straight up, I can tell every time I am lacking in sleep significantly, say instead of my usual 7 hours, I get 4 hours or 3 hours. And if this happens 2 days in a row, usually I fall sick. It's the very next day,
You can feel it, right? So why don't you do something about it, Ikram? So the how to, huh? I remember my formula, write goal review.
correct.
Okay, if something is bothering you, write it down. Lah. Understand what is bothering you. Do you relieve pressure from your mind or not when you write it down?
Yes, you definitely relieve pressure.
Because your clarity gives you that foundation. Today, can I solve it? What do they say? God grant me the serenity to do the things I can do. Courage. Give me courage and make me understand that there are things I cannot change.
Mm,
And the wisdom to know the difference, right? That's it, they talk about. Correct or not?
correct.
So we have that wisdom, not that we don't have.
Yeah.
So if we don't sleep well, quickly balance it out. And then the key to this is a simple method. You must set, like you set goals, you must set goals for yourself. Every day I will go to bed at 10 o'clock. I'm
Mm,
86 years old now. Am I talking sense or some rubbish?
sense. You are talking sense.
You must go to bed at 10 o'clock. That means by about 8:39, you're downloading, you're already winding down and getting to bed. Nothing is bothering you. You will have a very good sleep until about 5, 6 o'clock. So if you sleep at 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mm,
If not, you can stretch it a little bit more. But usually by 6, I'm up, no? Rested well so that the mind is clear, the body is rested, repairs have already taken place.
Some people, Venga, would argue that I'm a night person. I'm not a morning person. So they they feel most productive during the night hours, till 2 a.m. Um, it, and then they say, okay, so my sleep time is 2 a.m. and I wake up at 9. I still get my 7 hours. Are you saying that sleeping at 10 um, uh, is an absolute must, or as long as someone gets 7 to 9 hours
Not
sleep?
true. You must understand that this is a universe.
Mm-hmm.
In this universe, there is a moon. In this universe, there's an earth.
Mm-hmm.
In this universe, there is a sun.
Right.
There are planets, planetarium. Can you change that or not?
No.
We don't even know how large is this universe. The Indian knew it 15,000 years ago. The white man knew it only now, in 1965.
Right.
The universe is a moving entity. It's expanding. The Indians knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that they do in their life is related to that universe. Can you change that or not?
You can't.
Cannot.
Yep.
So understand how this human is part of nature, which is from earth. Whatever we carry in our body is from earth. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. If this is earth, then we are part of the planet. And the important part is we must understand what this body produces. It produces essentially two chemicals from the body. One is called melatonin. The
Melatonin.
other melatonin, and the other is called cortisol.
Mm-hmm.
Correct or not?
Correct.
What is the function of a melatonin?
I think melatonin, it brings your brain waves down, right?
Yes, melatonin is a substance that cleans every toxic thing that happens in your body. It comes out to repair it. It builds up. It comes up to you in and around about 6 o'clock in the evening, slowly creeping up, becoming a little more. At 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, it's speaking already.
Mm.
At 10 o'clock, it's already at its peak. And you are telling yourself, no, I want to watch the movie. The body says, I want to sleep. You want to watch. You have the free will. Sure. But what are you doing? You are not allowing the melatonin to come out and repair your body and to make it can only be done when you're asleep. Like anesthetic, you put in anesthetic, then the surgeon can cut you and do work on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the case of the mechanic, he must stop the engine and the work, right?
Correct.
How do you think your body repairs yourself? You must shut down. No, 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 Venga, I'm different. I want to work and I want to sleep at the same time. Then carry on, Lana.
Mm.
So all these illusions are things you think you are cleverer. Oh, okay, carry on. But the melatonin will be produced around that time. Unless you're telling me, no, no, I am not a human. I am a different kind of a human. And therefore, I know melatonin should come at 2 o'clock in the morning. Then I can't help you
Yeah.
because you are supernatural.
Yeah.
And that's important. Now, the next thing is cortisol. Cortisol starts coming into you, or it's produced by the body. It releases it around about 5 a.m. in the morning or 6 a.m. in the morning. And then it slowly builds up. But 8, 9 o'clock, it's full of cortisol. You need cortisol to be with the wake sun. The sun has come up already.
Mm.
So only cortisol starts coming up when the sun is also coming up. It's related, uncle.
Yeah.
You want to
Nope.
change that? Huh?
Nope. You can't change it.
You are a human, behave like a human, Lana. Even a plant knows this simple thing. At night, I must rest. Daytime, I must energize. Photosynthesis must start. Animal knows that too. Certain animals, this is where certain animals, they only hunt at night,
Nocturnal animals.
nocturnal. That are you that you belong to that creature? Then maybe okay lah.
No, it makes sense. Our body actually, I mean, if you're attuned to nature, when the light comes out, when sunlight is out,
That's right.
your cortisol level goes up, and when it goes down, technically you're supposed to. Uh, this is something I'm sure you're going to be talking about, right? So the blue light from the
Yes.
screens, they are supposed to uh, 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 mess with the melatonin production because it's almost like it's tricking the body into thinking it's daytime.
Now, my friend, understand this. These have been invented by the white people to make people believe that because you have a blue screen, you can work longer hours at 12 o'clock at night.
Hmm.
So that you can satisfy the Western need. When they are awake, the whole world should be awake and waiting for them.
Hmm.
This is what you're saying, right?
That's
Yeah,
right.
it helps you. But my question to you is like this. Now, these things that are developed, has it been scientifically proven that actually these blue shades of screen helps? This is just a concept. It's not even true. No one can prove it scientifically.
Mm-hmm.
It's like people don't even know what is an atom. Like that, these are all very good selling point. Put the screen and all that to make you work longer for them, for the white people. That's what
Right.
it is. You physically, mentally cannot work more than 8 hours a day. You start at 9, by the time evening comes, you're done.
Mm-hmm. Right.
All this globalization and all that has been screwed up completely, right?
Yes.
Yes or not?
Yeah.
You still haven't discovered that. Huh? When you stretch, what will it do?
Ten.
You
Ten.
see what happens, huh? Ikram. When the sun is away, cortisol goes down and then melatonin comes up. In order for the body to repair for all the things that we do to the body, the food we eat, the stress we have, the discomfort we have, the the anger we get, all that produces chemical within your body to make you alive, to stay alive, so that it don't manage destroy your organ, all that. I mean, the reason why you screw up your heart or your liver or something else you screw up is because you are not day to day controlling and managing whatever is produced by your body, and it's cleaned up at the end of the it starts end of the day and builds up, repairs it for your next day. It's a daily process,
Mm.
like a motor car you take for servicing constantly, right?
That's right.
Same like that, Ikram. If you live in the US, you take that time zone. You live in this part of the world, you take this time zone.
Mm-hmm.
Because when the melatonin is not completely used up, it is still there trying to do its function, but you have already, the morning sun has come up. What do you think it is doing to you? Do you think it's still repairing? It
No,
does
most probably
something.
not. Yeah.
And that's why people get depression, mental illness, your immune system don't work. That's what it's doing. It goes into your immune system. The immune system don't know what to do with it. And then it absorb it. Then cancer shoots up and what have you and all that. No? So you cannot change what is nature.
Mm-hmm.
This is very important. If you don't understand what I'm saying, you go to Google and type the word called melatonin and cortisol graph, and it'll come out. One picture will come out, and you'll see the graph. It's not by Venga, it's by Google. You believe Google, right? Is there?
Yes.
Don't go to deep state and deep shit. Oh, sorry, something like that. Okay, don't go there. You just concentrate on Google. It gives you a proper. It explains. It gives you different graphs and tell you sleep deprivation. It tells you that also. It's in the graph. Have you ever seen it, Ikram?
No. But I monitor my sleep patterns and sleep through my Apple Watch. So I do look at those patterns.
Very good. But you know what? You just look at the graph, and that will show you clearly. When the melatonin is high, you're supposed to be sleeping for it to repair. If it doesn't repair, what does it do? It's in your blood, it is moving around, it causes it, if it cannot completely use up whatever it produces, because the body produces the melatonin. You're not eating melatonin.
Mm-hmm.
So the body will produce the equal amount of melatonin that you need for your repair, depending on how much you damage yourself during the day. Suppose you are a person who's getting angry all the time, stressed out, and you're running around and solving other people's problem, and at the end of the day you feel like that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How are these to be repaired? Melatonin. And then when cortisol comes in, and there's a conflict between the cortisol and the melatonin. That's why people have problem. They not that they cannot manage themselves. They are trying to manage others and not managing themselves. Others are the problem. My neighbor is my problem. My wife is my problem. My husband is my problem. My children are my problem. Therefore, I cannot sleep. So others are the problem. I am not the problem.
That's the typical human mantra, right?
Correct.
Typically, it's
Correct.
always the problem is outside.
Yes, correct. That's why, Ikram, that lecture they gave in Harvard was a very good scientific lecture for about an hour over time now, more than an hour. Very good explanation scientifically. What I'm telling you, all of this is part of that. This is something that I have practiced. See, Ikram, I can tell you, you look at my monthly schedule. Every day is already my monthly schedule is blocked out. 6 o'clock in the morning, I must wake up. I write that wake up. At 7 o'clock, I must walk. And by 10 o'clock, I will start my work. And by 6 o'clock, I'll
Shut down.
shut down. Maximum 7. And then by 8 o'clock, I'm already winding down. At 10 o'clock, I'm at bed. Every single day of my life. COVID did not come to me, Ikram. In fact, the vaccine hurt me. The mRNA vaccine hurt me, but not COVID,
Mhm.
because my immune system, there's a thing called T cell in your immune system.
That's right.
You understand? That becomes alive. They build more and more T cells and all that only when you have a good night sleep. You go to America, the time changes, right? Morning becomes night, night becomes morning. Then you adapt to that that time zone.
Correct.
But the production of that melatonin and the cortisol, the sun, can you stop the sun from coming up?
No,
This body is associated to that, no? Am I sounding like a lunatic?
no, no, you're not.
Okay. Then there is the attraction of the moon. The moon got gravity, and so does Earth, and so does the sun, so does the Mars. Everybody got gravity, right?
That's right.
Yes or not? Are they pulling you apart or not? They are, but keeping them in check, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that also has a part to play with it. You want to change that. If you
Right,
go and live in Mars, then your timetable will be very different. But in Earth, the data is very simple. You got to go to bed by 10 because the melatonin has to do its work. If you go to America, the time frame is the same.
right.
Correct or not? You can't
Right.
change that.
So, Dr. Venga, so far, um, uh, we, you've covered a couple of interesting things. First, sleep and productivity directly correlates. Uh, if you don't sleep enough, there are consequences to your immune system, to your productivity, to your general well-being. Uh, you've also mentioned 7 to 9 hours sleep is a must, absolute must. And to be consistent. Sleep at
Yes,
10, get up at 6.
that's right.
Do this consistently over time. Uh, do you have any strategies for busy professionals? Because uh, everything you've said works, you know, it's almost like it's an ideal scenario. I sleep at 10, I wake up at 6 every day, do the same thing, right? Some people may argue, but I'm a busy executive. I travel. I have to fly often, or I get these late unscheduled meetings, or I'm working with an international team, so I may need to. It's hard to be consistent. What strategies would you
Very
suggest to
good.
these people?
You're talking to someone who used to travel like that, no?
Absolutely, that's
From
why
the
I
east to
the
the west, west to the east, no?
correct.
From the age of 22 until the age of, I think, for 46. Yeah. How did I do that? Well, first of all, I treat my sleep like a meeting. I set a time wherever I am. This time I will go to bed, and I will go to bed. I have a meeting time with my sleep. So usually 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock, whichever time zone I'm in, I sleep. I will sleep. I'm not going to look at the women, their legs all long, and I'm not interested in that. I have to sleep. Oh,
Mhm.
there's a party going on, everybody's getting drunk and all that. Enough. So it's up to you.
It's a question of priority, right?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
prioritize.
You must prioritize your sleep. People don't. I do. I do, Ikram. And throughout, you will see that my monthly schedule has got a time. And there's a color put there very clearly. This is my sleeping time. This is my family time. Done. I will not compromise on that.
Mhm.
Okay? Second, which I always do, I always wind down. I take between 20 to 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes to wind down. Everything I do, I will make that happen. In
Right.
order for me to make that happen, the wind down session is important. It starts for me at around 8 o'clock. It starts already.
Mhm.
So by 9 o'clock, I am ready to bed.
Right.
Two things. Okay, prioritize sleep, wind down. You are a busy executive. Yeah, sure. Okay. By the way, in Europe, people who work in Europe, the Europeans themselves, the one who is productive, lah, there are a lot of people having a lot of fun at 2 o'clock in the morning and all that. Those are how they people want to spoil their life, lah. No? The guys who are doing well, by 7 o'clock, they're already home.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they have, usually they call it, let's have supper. That means at 6 o'clock, you have the supper, dinner. You understand?
Right.
So this is the wind down. They're already going home. The third thing, which is very crucial also, Ikram, is caffeine. Starbucks, Coke, whatever buck they have, lah, no? They encourage you to drink more and more coffee. See, coffee is a deterrent. It affects your body. So I learned in life, you can have one coffee in the morning. That's go very good. I don't touch coffee during the afternoon or what. No, I don't.
Because it messes with your sleep.
It will interfere with my sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, there are certain substitute to this. Water is one of them.
Right.
Or herbal tea. You can, right or not?
Mm-hmm.
So you got three things already. Fourth, I consciously, mentally offload things that are bothering me and write it down. All that which is bothering me. Let's say my wife bothered me. Huh? I write down my wife is bothering me. What is the bother? Why is that issue there? What is it? Can you resolve it? Do you have a solution? All that I'll write down. Offloading. And
Right.
you need to write it down. Don't tell me, oh, I bought myself the new iPhone. I can talk to the iPhone. Go and do what you want to do. But if you want to improve, write it down.
Mm.
There's no compromise. Oh, you do not know high technology. I got this AI. You can talk to me. I can talk to the AI. But carry on. Carry on. The reality is you're trying to psycho yourself into disaster. But carry on. I can't help you.
Right. Right.
Offload, only way. Write down. Very, very important. Have I got that through? Final.
Absolutely.
Well, the fifth thing, number one, to have a better sleep, look at your room. There comes the light. One thing is true. If you have a blue curtain, if your room is a bit like that, it's good. Some kind of arrangement that makes you sleep. I, for instance, when I go to bed, after what I got to do, by 10 o'clock when I go to bed, I cannot remember my dreams. Every night, I must have a very good sleep. My dreams comes about 5 o'clock, which I can remember. I know I'm already waking up already. I always must get a very good sleep. And I can I can go to the toilet, come back, and go to bed within 10, 15 minutes. I can off to bed already. I'm back again to another world. You train yourself to do that, lah, Kram.
Right. Right.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the fifth thing. Okay. The sixth thing that you need to do is the temperature of your room
Mm.
must be also constant. You understand or not?
Right.
What do you mean by that? Your body is used to a certain degree of temperature. Well, in the case of Fahrenheit, which we are very common of, is between 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, your body. If you can adjust temperature, it's very good, the room. The room, the environment, your bed, your pillow, all that are important. Okay? Seventh thing which I do, I take what is known as a power nap. Have you heard of that?
Yes.
You have.
Yes.
Usually that happens to me when I have a little bit more to eat for lunch, as an example. Then quickly I'll go to one corner. Because the food was good. Sit, and 20 minutes I'll give myself a break and close my eyes. Okay. I close my eyes completely and I will go and my neck will drop like that. After about 20 minutes, I know time to wake up already. It's called a
Mm.
power nap.
They're supposed to be
Whether
very effective.
very effective. Whether you are London, America, United States, doesn't Alaska, doesn't matter. But do it. You can in one corner.
Right.
Okay. Now, the other one, the eighth thing is I always set boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning I will work for as long as 90 minutes maximum on one issue. And then I'll take a break for 30 minutes. I turn it off, completely turn it off. Or I'll do it for 20 minutes, like a meeting. I do not believe you can run an effective meeting, okay, for 1 hour or 2 hours. You can't. You're bullshitting everybody, okay? Everybody is talking, nobody's doing what. All these are wasting time.
Right.
A meeting should not be more than 20 minutes. You have so much to talk about, then gather the herds around and sit down and have a discussion time. Everybody can give their opinion, but you are not taking decision.
Mm.
You will never getting. Tell me this in your experience. You gather people around, ask for opinion. One fella can give you 4 opinions or not,
Yep.
and you got 10 people.
You get 40 opinions.
Which of that you want to use? None of the above, right? So why waste your time? I have decided 1, 2, 3. I want your opinion on this. Have you done it? No. Then don't talk. Have you ever done it before? Yes. Tell me your experience. Finish. Go and do it.
Mm. Yeah.
No need to talk about it happened in America like that, South America like that, in Africa like that, all this bullshit. In your situation, have you ever experienced? No. Go and do it. Learn from it.
Correct.
Correct or not?
Absolutely. Venga, we're coming to the last uh, 1 or 2 minutes of the episode.
Let me finish the last thing.
Sure.
Very, very important, okay? Sleep. You must build. I always build a sleeping consistency in me. And the best part of my life is 2020 to 2025, the pandemic time.
Pandemic time.
You know why I stayed in one place, stayed in one house, did the same thing over and over and over again, which I used to fluctuate. I become a master of this.
You're able to build consistency during this period.
Correct. If you don't, then you're asking for trouble.
Mm.
If you have sleep issue, you must identify what is the root cause. Awareness.
Right.
You must identify it. You don't expect a doctor to identify it because he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Mm.
He is seeing data, books. He has no experience. But you have the experience. Find out why. Why can't you sleep? Learn to do some simple mantras, which Sadhguru has given a very good. Sadhguru has the I think it's mindful meditation. I think
Mm-hmm.
which is a simple practice that you do.
Right.
This is important, Ikram. I think you must go back to becoming a child. A child slept well, ate well, played well, became a healthy child.
Absolutely. Yes.
You are an adult. Why don't you eat well, sleep well, enjoy your life? Why do you want to create so much problem for yourself?
Yeah. Simple.
Because you want more. Correct or not, Ikram?
Correct. Correct.
Huh?
Correct.
It's actually lifestyle. You're right about that. I might go to Starbucks and sit down at 9 o'clock at night, drink some coffee and talk some rubbish, and then I can't sleep. Carry on.
Mm.
You know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So noise is important, meaning tone down your
Down the ones.
tone down. So we have talked a lot, lah, no? My belief like that, lah, Ikram. Either we are very stupid or we are too intelligent, lah, no? And don't even know basic, lah, no?
Mm-hmm.
Like I tell people, if you don't review yourself, what you have done, are you happy with what you have done? Can you improve on it? If you can't do this simple thing, now what is the point, lah, no?
That's the problem. Yeah. Absolutely.
Right now.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have to wrap up, Venga.
Okay.
I think what you've covered is you've covered a lot of important points. I'll just quickly run through that again. So basically, you've told us about sleep and productivity, how sleep affects your productivity. We've spoken about the consequences of sleep deprivation, which is it affects your health and your mental well-being. You spoke about the four bodies. You mentioned that everyone needs between 7 to 9 hours of sleep. You also spoke about how to create a good sleep environment, which is, having your room uh, uh, done, making your room conducive or the space where you're sleeping conducive. For example, having the right curtains, turning off the lights, having consistent room temperature. This helps with the sleep. You've spoken about being very consistent in your sleep schedule. You've also spoken about sleep and work balance. Sleep should be treated as a meeting when you have got that. When it comes for time to sleep, treat it as an appointment with sleep and sleep. You've also spoken about how to overcome sleep issues and the benefits of sleeping well. So I think all around, we've covered almost everything in slightly over 45 minutes.
Let me just conclude this by saying one more thing, Lana.
Right.
Train your mind to let go
Yes.
of things that you cannot solve. Train your mind. You have to train yourself.
Mm,
Psychiatrists can't help you. Psychologists can't help you. You train your own mind.
correct.
Because remember the statement I said? What is this? God grant me the serenity
Mm-hmm.
huh? to, to do what I can do.
Yep.
Courage to realize what I cannot do.
Yep.
The wisdom to know the difference.
Absolutely.
Correct. Train your mind.
With that, we have to end our show for this evening. Thank you very much to our audience for joining us for this interesting episode. If you have any questions, please post them up in the comment section. Dr. Venga answers them personally. Our next personal development for entrepreneurs is happening on June the 4th. That's the first Wednesday of the month, as usual, at 8 p.m. Have a good evening and good night.
Good night.